season that I love so much. Nothing to me like my Michmas. Just cool vibes, no huff and puff. Yeah. I haven't seen you in forever, but we'll be gathered this year wherever to watch Michmas 24 together. So let's go, subscribe, come and join us. Everybody dance, it's time for Michmas with a brand new style. She's gonna make it worth your while. Imagine a whole month filled with fun, vlogging every day till Christmas done. It's a Michmas vibe, it's a brand new style. So let's go, subscribe, come and join us. Everybody dance, it's time for Michmas with a brand new style. She's gonna make it worth your while. Imagine a whole month filled with fun, vlogging every day till Christmas done. It's a Michmas vibe, it's a brand new style. I've never seen a season that I love so much. Nothing to me like my Michmas. Just cool vibes, no huff and puff. Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome back to Michmas. This is episode 11, I think. Yeah, this is episode 11. But just like I say 11 a while ago. Anyway, episode 11. Welcome back. Oh my, we are at day 11 in December. I didn't know that we would have gotten this far with Michmas. I didn't know, but to God be the glory. As I said the last time, if I fall off, don't come for me. If I fall off, because this is not easy. It's not easy to get content every single day for somebody with a boring life like mine. My life is boring, right? So for somebody with a boring life like mine, it's not easy to get content every day, but I'm trying, right? As I said before. So today it is not a vlog, it's a sit down video, as the title would indicate. It's us talking, right? Life lessons from being robbed. Who would know? You know, who would know? Who would know? Let me say welcome to those who are new. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being a part of Michmas. Thank you so much for subscribing and not just watching, because many persons are just watching and you haven't subscribed. But thank you so much for subscribing to the channel and joining us over here in Mich Nation. Thank you so much. You're a part of my growth and I love and appreciate you for that. So I got robbed. We got robbed. It's not a laughing matter. But at least now I can laugh. You know, now I can laugh. We got robbed. And of course, with everything in my life, if you're hearing the AC, please excuse me. I'm extremely hot and you know this, but then I wanted to, you know, get a little Christmas color in, right? Of all the things in the world that could have happened, I never ever thought that being robbed would have been one of them. You know, never thought that being robbed would have been one of them. But life comes with surprises, and but the Bible says in all things give thanks, and so I'm giving thanks. And so I have written down 10 lessons that I've learned from being robbed. And of course there are others, but I want to keep, you know, I want to keep the video as short as I can and just hit on the lessons and run. So lesson number 1, your home is never too safe. Trust me, I had to learn that. Your home is never too safe. The day that I got, and I don't think I told the story. Did I? I didn't tell the story, did I? So I need to do the story. So should I? Let me just incorporate it here instead of doing another video. The day that we got robbed, I went to the doctor. I had an appointment with the cardiologist that day, and it wasn't meant to be a long visit, you understand? And so when we left, I closed the door and not the grill, as I would have done in time past. Closed the door with the key, but we did not lock the grill. Sometimes we left and the curtains weren't drawn, you know, taken for granted that, well, the gate is closed, not locked either. The gate as into the yard was, you know, closed, and we did not expect that anybody was going to come in our yard, you know. Of all the houses in the scheme, why us? You get me? Normally somebody's at home, but I don't know, on that day one of my daughters had somewhere else to be, and Kiara just said, "Mommy, you want me to come with you?" And I said yes. Thankfully, you know, I said yes, or else she would have been here by herself. We left just for a little while. Broad daylight. When we got robbed, it was after 12. It was after 12 in the day. It was after 12, and we left home at about 10:30 in the morning. So I believe that somebody was watching. But backtrack, I think it was a week before, in the hours of the night, Kiara heard barking, not about after 3. Kiara heard barking coming around the street, you know, the chain of dogs barking. She wasn't sleeping because she normally prays during, you know, those hours of the morning, and she heard the barking coming around until our puppy started to bark. And we know his bark's different. We know when it's a cat passing, we know when it's a dog, and we know it's human. And so she heard the barking change, and she looked, you know, sometimes you peep, and she saw the shadow of a person, and noticed that the person stopped at our gate. Didn't see the person's face or anything. Noticed that the person stopped at our gate, and she saw the flash of her phone, like the person was either taking a picture or a video of the yard. And then the person walked away, and you heard the barking, you know, further down. It sounded scary at first when she shared it the morning, but then I say, you know, maybe somebody's scouting out. Christmas is coming, our end of year is coming, maybe somebody's scouting out to rob somebody and checking out the houses and blah blah. So in my head I was saying, you know, maybe the person was doing that for all the houses, or, you know, randomly doing that, and it wasn't a target, because we live good with people. We don't have no known enemies like that, because we've been Christians all our lives, and I've never been in any entanglement with anybody in the world. So you understand, I don't want it for anything, to do anybody anything. So I'm saying no, did not give it much thought, to be honest. Dumb me, right? So we went on our merry way, and then that happened 2 weeks after. So that's as much as I can say on it, because it is still being investigated, so I cannot say much on it. But I believe the day will come when I will be able to report victory in that light, because we're already reporting victory, you know, because the attack was on the show. The attack was for the show. The attack was for the show, but we'll get into that a little bit further down. But when I say victory, I mean we will either hear of the person's end who robbed the place, or, you know, them getting caught or something. But I'm still praying and listening for that aspect of it. And I said it before, and I'm still saying it again. I really hope that the Lord will change their lives. They will allow the Lord. My allergies, oh my God. I really hope that the Lord will change their lives and they'll, give their lives to the Lord and be a testimony to somebody else that that's really not the way, to live, right? So back to lesson number 1, your home is never too safe. Because if we had locked the grill the day, they wouldn't have been able to get in that easily. It would have given them a fight to the point where somebody else would have heard, them trying to cut the grill or whatever, and right. If we had also locked the gate to the yard, they wouldn't have been able to come in, So your home is never too safe. No, we leave nothing up to chance. Nothing up to chance. Even when all of us are here, the place bolt up. Leave nothing up to chance. So that is lesson number 1. Your home is never too safe. Lesson number 2, the less visitors the better. Yeah, the less visitors the better. Anybody who knows me knows I love to have, especially young people around me. I love to hear them. I love to see them. I love to know that they are not on the road. Oh my God, my nose. I love to know that they are not out on the road idling or getting themselves into trouble. And so I love to hear the young people, I'd be in my room and I hear them either playing music or they laughing and chatting out, and it makes me feel good. It does. But the less visitors, the better, because you really don't know who is who. You don't know who is who. Everyone, nobody is going to show themselves like the enemy visibly and expect you to let them in, expect you to welcome them. Not true. No. So they're going to show themselves as friends. They're going to disguise themselves as friends, and persons who mean you the best and all of that, for you to let them in so that they are close enough to cause harm. So lesson number 2, the less visitors, the better. Lesson number 3. Lesson number 3, spirits walk with people. Yeah. Spirits walk with people. You see, people's energy is a lot. Believe me. The life that persons live outside of when they're in your presence, it speaks volume. No, darkness cannot mix with light. I said that to my girls this morning. Darkness can't mix with light at all. And so if in your family you practice things of a child of God and things of the light, I can't cut off the nose. Sure. You cannot hang with persons who are practicing things of darkness, right? And so spirits will walk with people, and I tell you that every plan is executed in the spirit realm before it is manifested in the physical. And so every attack against your life is planned spiritually before it is manifested in the physical. So when the devil and his angels plan, they have to send out angels on assignment. Devil's angels, on assignment. Spirits, demons on assignment. Some are monitoring spirits, and so they come to spy out what you are doing. Some of them on your status watching. Some of them on your social media page. They are watching you because that is their assignment. That is their assignment. They are watching for what you post. They are watching for what you say. They are watching for what you do. They watch your videos and they look for any little thing where they can find you, where you will be, your routine, your this, your that. Yeah, the kind of car you drive, the house you live in. Yes, the things you love, the plans you have for the future, and they try to counter attack with the things that you are doing in your life. So the enemy sends them out, sometimes in the form of friends, sometimes unfortunately in the form of family members. Yes. And so spirits walk with people. And I had an example. I had an encounter just last night, I had an encounter. Yesterday, I was troubled in my spirit. I was uneasy. I was so uneasy in my spirit at one point. It felt like fear. At one point yesterday. And I remember talking to one of my kids about, the same thing, friends, persons, just so many persons, coming over and so on. And I would talk to them. But I was uneasy in my spirit yesterday. And at one point I thought, because I went on TikTok, and this story with the guy who died on the live, Naya or whatever his name is, I watched the video of the incident the night that he died, and it's like from I watched the video, there's this feeling over me since watching the video. I don't know if it is to say, boy, people really, really wicked, and we just saw this right before our eyes and so on. Guys, please excuse this little thing. I don't know. I think I said it here before. I think it's the screen protector that's causing that glare. Right? So I saw the video, and at one point I was saying to myself, maybe it is, the same feeling from the video and whatever, but I couldn't shake the feeling. I just could not shake the feeling. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong, something was off. And so I messaged my son, because he had left, and I messaged my son and I said, X, Y, and Z, because I had to speak to him about something, and I said X, Y, and Z, and I spoke to him about it because it's my responsibility as his mother to, guard him. It took a while for him to come home last night, and that had me worried too, and so I messaged him and I said, home now, home now. My son is 20 and you could be 30. For any one of them. Home now means home now, right? And so I messaged him and whatever. And look here, in about after three, I attempted to fall asleep. I closed my eyes, and when you close the eye, immediate darkness, right? But in the darkness, when I closed my eye, it's like a face was forming in the darkness when I closed the eye. And so I opened back my eye, because I was saying to myself, I'm a mind, it's my mind, overthinking, because I was a little bit, disturbed from in the day, and I was saying, oh man, I'm a mind and whatever. And then I fell asleep. When I fell asleep, the face came right back, and it moved from the face to the person, a body, a tall dark man. It moved to a tall dark man, and he was angry. He was so angry at me. And in my dream, in my spirit, I was saying, oh, are you? You were the one who was troubling my spirit all day. I'm talking about yesterday, Today is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, the 11th of December. I'm talking about yesterday, Tuesday, the 10th of December. And I said to him, oh, you were the one. You were the one troubling my spirit all day. I knew something was off, but I didn't know what it is. And I said, you were the one. And listen to me. It was warfare in my room last night, because no demon is gonna stay in my house. No, crazy? No demon was gonna stay in my house. So whoever he came with yesterday troubled my spirit, and I had to get him out in the hours last night. I had to get it well before day this morning, because me and you not staying in here, and I'm not leaving, so is you leaving. So spirits walk with people, and I learned that lesson. And so I had to make it clear to my children yesterday, no more. Yeah. And so learn, your home is your haven. Protect it at all costs, right? Lesson number 4, trust no one. The Bible says the arms of flesh will fail you. You dare not trust your own. The arms of flesh will fail you. You dare not trust your own. Being your own self, your own flesh, or your own friends, your own family, your own acquaintance. Look at what is happening on social media. Friends do this, friends do that. Acquaintances, it's never strangers. And even when it's a stranger that carries out the act, they were employed by a friend. They were employed by an undercover enemy pretending as a friend. So trust no one. That's lesson number 4. Lesson number 5, save yourself. Nobody's coming to save you. Save yourself. Persons will only give their opinions. Michelle, do this, do that. Next time, do this, do that, do that. I think you should have. Why didn't you do? Opinions. At the end of the day, if you don't want to accept and employ the opinions that you get, if you don't put certain things in place, if you don't change certain things, if you don't have boundaries, if you don't execute a plan, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. So, lesson 5, save yourself. Lesson number 6, fear is real and crippling. When I came home that day and I found out that we were robbed, immediate tears. Listen, I was shaking. My voice was shaking. I was shaking. I couldn't stop crying. I was shaking. Believe me, fear is real and it is crippling. However, as a child of God, it did not take long for my spirit man to jump in. It did not take long for my spirit man to jump in and start talk some things in the spirit, start to declare some things and demand some things in the spirit. I started to war in my spirit. But being as we are robed in flesh, the flesh responded first. And when the flesh responded, it was fear. When the flesh responded, it was fear. But then as children of God, listen man, our spirits have to be so charged that we jump in and put flesh aside and start to war in the spirit. Start war in the spirit. And we started to get in action, and we went to the neighbors and with this and with that and with that. As I said, we can't say everything because the investigation is still going on, but we started to just move into action after the initial fear, believe me. And so that, for me, fear is real and crippling. Lesson number 7, and I just have 10 lessons, so I'm coming down. Lesson number 7, as a child of God, bad things will happen. No, this was a lesson because I know new converts are on my channel and a part of my community. Some are part of my community who are unsaved. As children of God, bad things will happen. Yeah, man. Yup. Bad things will happen. And some people say, oh, how comes a good God will allow this and da, 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 and whatever. God knows what he's doing. Nobody can convince me otherwise. God knows exactly what he is doing. He does. Now let me show you something. We had good things using before this, right? All Apple products, good things using before this, yes. But there were some little issues, and we're going through with them, and whatever, making plans to get to change out our stuff in short order. Mind you, Ty had just changed mixer, whatever, so we had just changed out some things, and plans were being made to change out the rest. right? So we're going on. They stole the things for the show. They stole the things for the show, and within the space of 1 week, we got back the things. We got new brand things for the show that enhanced the quality that was coming out. Had to stop the video because of my nose. So if I look like Rudolph now, I guess it will fit. Anyway, right. So we got an upgrade, one that I didn't ask for, to be honest. I knew that we wanted to change stuff, but I didn't say, Lord, I need an upgrade. God gave us that upgrade just like that because they stole the things that we had. You understand? And so when the Lord allows, remember, God, some persons would say, how comes a good God would do that? God not do nothing bad to you. But the things he allows for a greater good. He allows for a divine purpose. And I'm still seeing the hand of God in our lives through that robbery, even from destiny helpers that he has placed in our lives. Believe me, I see the hand of God. And can I tell you something? That robbery took place a few months after, as a family, we made a very hard decision to leave from somewhere. This is my mom, hold on. Yes, sorry about that. My mother is one piece of drama. Yeah, so the robbery happened a few months after my family and I made a very difficult decision to leave our place of worship, to go to another church. It was a very, very hard decision, but one that we had to make, right? And so we were still struggling with that, still hurting from that, still everything from that. And then, trying to settle into a new church. And then this happened, and sometimes life feels unfair because you're saying, Lord, as a family, we are not yet settled. You get what I say? We're still dealing with certain things, and then this. But guess what? Today, the 11th of December, I can proudly say that we have become stronger because of both traumas. We are stronger for it, we are better for it, we are deeper for it, we are higher for it, we are everything for it. And we see the hand of God in both aspects. We see the hand of God in our lives. We see where God has stood by us every step of the way. Believe me, we could have lost our minds with both difficult decisions and or events, but the Lord has held us together beautifully, believe me. And we are going on, as I said, better than before. So as children of God, when the bad things happen, no shift, be unshaken. Stand and be steadfast with the Lord, because trust and believe that you will see the hand of God come through. You will see God hold you together in the midst of any bad situation. It is bad, but it is for your good. It seems bad in your eyes, but it's for your good. When I look at the situation, we could have been home. We could have been home in the robbery and somebody dead. They rape. Sorry, we can't call that word. They what they say on social media, SA, one of us, or take us away, and you hear them can't find, they can't find us. When you look at all the negatives that could have happened that day, if we were at home, but the Lord would have it that none of us were here that day. You think that the robbers took God by surprise? No, the Lord knew that this was going to happen on that day. And that's why the Lord allowed Kiara to say, Mommy, can I come with you? And I didn't even hesitate. So the Lord knew, and He protected us right through it. He knew that when they took the things, I would have gotten better 1 week after. The Lord knew the persons that He would have aligned before the robbery. The Lord knew the persons He would have aligned to be there for us. Yeah, He did. And so in all things, the Bible says, give thanks, and that is what we continue to do every day. When the ears paid, for those of you who are talking about best dog mom, Ear spade. Okay. Lesson number 8, and that's why my nose is itching, because rain is falling, guys. Lesson number 8. There are lessons in every situation, and the lessons are for our good. There are lessons in every situation, and the lessons are for our good. And I think that is explanatory. It's self-explanatory, because hey, we're talking about the lessons, right? Good. So that's lesson number 8. Lesson number 9. An upgrade sometimes comes from a bad situation. We said it before. Sometimes the Lord causes your landlord to make a fuss with you, for you to move out so that you could move to a better home. Hello? Sometimes the Lord allows for a situation with the car that you have because He plans to give you a better car. Hello? And so an upgrade oftentimes comes from a bad situation. A new beginning comes from the end of something. In all things, give thanks. Yeah? And the final lesson, a very, very important lesson. Good people still exist. Good people still exist. Society will want you to think that everybody's a hypocrite and everybody are bad and everybody's against you and everybody. Believe me, there was a point that I had lost hope in humanity. And that's why I keep myself to myself. Yeah, man. I love my own company. I love the company of my children, and that's how I am. That's where I stay. Furthest relatives, and that's it. But this situation has taught me that good people still exist. This situation has renewed my hope in humanity. It has, and not just Christian people. Not just Christian people, because there were persons in this situation that are not Christians, and they reached out to assist in any way that they could. They did. And so I give the Lord thanks that there are still good persons in society. And yes, you have some unsaved persons who are good persons. Them just not baptized and feel yet, but they are good persons. You see in your song? And you have some Christians who are bad persons, but we'll talk about that another time. Yes, there are some Christians who are bad persons, bad heart, bad mind, yeah man, bad character. But they are Christians, they're in church. Yes, and you have some persons who are not baptized and feel yet, who are good persons, very, very good persons. And so those are the 10 lessons that I learned from being robbed. Yes, so there's a lesson in everything, and as I keep saying, in all things give thanks, because all things work together for good to them that love the Lord, to them that are the called according to His purpose. All things work together for good. So I hope the lessons that I have learned will help somebody. There's a minister who said to me at one point, we were talking about young persons. She was generally talking to young persons, but then she said it to me again. Learn from my mistake so that you don't have to make the same mistake. Some persons will tell you, oh, leave me, let me learn my own mistake. Let me learn from my own mistake. Leave me, let me make mistake and learn. Why? Why, really? When you can learn from mine. I made a mistake so that you don't have to. So I hope that somebody learns from my mistake. I hope somebody learns the lessons that I learned from being robbed, so that you don't experience the same thing. Not everybody will live to tell the tales, and I don't want to hear that anybody from my community was robbed and killed, you know. So let us learn. Each one teaches one. The Lord bless you, and I will catch you in tomorrow's vlog. In tomorrow's vlog, whatever that's gonna be. Bye.
Christmas done, it's a Michmas vibe. It's a brand new style.